Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the AJ Styles Survivor Series Elite. And as you notice, this Elite is a part of the Build-A-Figure line with a 1997 Rick Rude. So if you collect all the series in this, all the figures in this series, you will be able to create a version of the 1997 Rick Rude, which that was the year he was a part of the D-Generation X faction. And as we see the back of the box, we see the other wrestlers in this series: the Ultimate Warrior, Becky Lynch, AJ Styles, and I believe that is Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre in his old school attire, when he was, during the days of him being the chosen one. So really cool figure. I mean, AJ Styles, not so much lately, but there was a time where I was getting every AJ Styles figure I could get my hands on. He is definitely one of the most, I would say, in my collection, he's up there with maybe not quite Rey Mysterio. I don't know if to that extent, but he's not too far below as far as the wrestler who I have the most figures of. I believe it would be Mysterio, AJ Styles. I'm trying to think who else I have a lot of. There's another wrestler I have a lot of Mattel figures of. But and Seth Rollins, I have quite a few Seth Rollins figures also. So this is from the 2020 Survivor Series, and as we see as the back of the box, we see his attire, standard, the Raw shirt and vest. And so yeah, so this is based off of the Survivor Series 2020, which was the Survivor Series that they had in the Thunderdome. As you recall, 2020, we were still very deep and very early into, well, I guess you may say more early into the days of the pandemic. So that was the days of the good old Thunderdome, which I hated. But let's get into this figure. And with these builds, matter of fact, I do not think, have I ever? No, one. I only have completed one Build-A-Figure series before, and that is the WrestleMania series from like last year. I want to say they had a Build-A-Figure. I think it did. Could be wrong, but I think it did. But anyway, we're just gonna get into this right quick. This should be it. We're gonna, of course, disregard the Rick Rude stuff and the interchangeable hands, which are standard with every Elite figure for the most part. And let's get into it. We're gonna remove the little. Interesting, they have a little kind of protective covering around the glove, which is unique. But yeah, here's Styles doing his signature, pose with the P1 gloves. And just a really clean figure, really clean. I like, the shirt. It's not a cloth shirt. I detest cloth shirts. As a matter of fact, we're going to put it down, the hand down, so you can see the shirt better. Just a good old basic Raw shirt with the logo. And there was I think it was a Drew McIntyre. That's exactly, it was the Drew McIntyre Survivor Series, like 2020 or 2021 line. Then 2021 line, maybe. But it was a Raw figure of him, and it had the cloth shirt, and I just hated that. I just do not like cloth shirts. They just don't do nothing for me with the figures. I mean, these are just much more sturdier. They look better. But I digress. So, great head scan as always. I mean, this looks exactly like AJ Styles with the flowing long hair. I like the gloves, the way the hands are positioned. You have the black trunks with the Raw logo. I really like that Raw logo going down the side, and just the whole, of course, black and red theme for Raw. But we're just gonna do a little turn, and then on the other side you have his P1 logo, like the knee pads, and just love the kick style boots, with the phenomenal on one and then the one on the other. So you're out, and it looks like we have a little Raw, I didn't catch it, a little Raw, some kind of a logo right there. A couple of stars. Captain. So he was a captain of the team. Gotcha. He was a captain of the team that year. And yeah, pretty nice figure. Feels great in my hands. I mean, I just like I love a good AJ Styles figure. I mean, you can just never have too many for the most part. There was a period where around like 2019, 2020, 2021, we were getting a ton of Styles figures. Then they slowed down a bit, but he has some new ones out that are looking pretty interesting. So he may have to kind of get back to my priority scale with figures, kind of like Ray is now. But again, nice figure. And Styles is, you know, all-time great wrestler. You know, I remember watching this guy back in TNA, Impact Wrestling. You know, he has paid his dues, and for him, I just never thought in my wildest dreams, you know, watching him in TNA, that he would ever get a fair shake in WWE. You know, WWE being the land of the giants and Styles not being a really big guy himself. For him to have achieved the level of success he has and that he's done in WWE is just a remarkable testament to just how great and phenomenal he truly is. So Styles is one of my all-time favorites. I cannot say enough good stuff about the guy. It looks like he's heading into a tag team program with Cena against Jimmy Uso and and Solo Sikoa. So that should be pretty cool, seeing Styles back in kind of a major program again. So again, AJ Styles, just an all-time great wrestler, one of the true workhorses of the company, and pretty cool figure right here. So hope you have enjoyed this, and again, just thank you for taking the time out to watch this. Please comment, please like, please subscribe. I definitely just appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day just to check my stuff out, and I will talk to you again after a while.